Well, welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and jump into our intro because I know this is what everybody's been waiting for all week. First up,
Yeah.
first up, we have Nanaha, our Team Heart, played by Lumi-chan. Nanaha is
A monk recently consumed by the dark side. Kidding. But yeah, I now have shadow powers. Whee!
Next. We have Saya, played by myself. Saya is a young woman with a mission and gonna become a genie one day. Next, we have Raz, played by Mazegas. Raz is
A Shadar-kai fighter barbarian who now has multiple personalities in himself. In two versions of himself.
Next, we have Pocket, played by Daisane. Pocket is
Tabaxi Phantom with a stabby stick.
Then we have our team mom, Verity, played by the one and only Mr. Pounce. Verity is
A divine soul sorcerer. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Next, we have Axel, soon to be the only holy man left in Barovia. Maybe. We didn't kill the last holy man. And and also Lumberjack Jesus. Axel is
Axel is a devotion paladin and now light cleric, and working on that holy man thing.
So good to hear your voice, Lennon. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Pounce, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
And finally, but definitely not the least of us, we have our GM extraordinaire Fluffy Snowfall here to take us deeper into Barovia.
Oh.
Roll 20. Why you do this to me?
Because Roll20 is Roll20.
Oh, look at all those bits. Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me for one moment.
It's all good.
Looks pretty festive today, Nevia.
I forgot to wear my ugly Christmas sweater yesterday, and so now we're wearing my Kingdom Hearts ugly Christmas sweater.
It's really not that ugly, but yeah, okay.
It's just a term. It's a pretty Christmas sweater.
It's true.
Okay. Why is there not light?
For me,
I can see.
I can see just fine.
Yeah,
I
see it.
cannot.
Nevi is blinded.
so how cool would it be if you had a blind character and they just never could see the map?
I can see!
Welcome! Thank you, Lumberjack Jesus.
God helps those who chop themselves. I don't. I'm not sure where we're going with that one.
Alright. Previously, everybody had yet another fun experience with the abbot as they requested the assistance of cleansing the remaining two party members of their lycanthropy. They met a interesting creature in the manner of Vasily von Holtz, who seems to have been interested in following a small mechanical man that Pocket doesn't really seem to be taking too kindly to.
Nope.
Pocket was seemingly accused of a nighttime murder of one of the servants at the Von Holtz Manor, and all of the evidence that was compiled pointed to him. Seeing that they should probably get out as soon as possible, they made a hasty departure when they had received the item of their quest, a wedding dress. And after yet another, after more uncomfortable time in the Abbey, the party made their way back down, where they were greeted by Irina Kolyana, the young woman that they had offered to bring to Kresk and is the current item of affection for Strahd von Zarovich. And we will start as Shiel brings you to a very small little cabin. How is everyone doing? I hope you had I hope things weren't too difficult for you.
No, things are actually quite nice, strangely, sort of. But, of course, weird things happen. What else is new?
Nanaha, you feel a poking at the back of your neck.
Yes. Piddlewick, this is a lovely, lovely lady. This is Irina. We adore her. Why don't you give her a little dance?
He kind of crawls out of the back of your cloak and sits at your shoulder, kind of cocks his head to the side. And then he kind of scampers to the floor, does a little jig. He seems charming.
We found him randomly in the manor. Apparently he wants to go to some place that he can perform for people.
He nods. I see. Well, alright. That is going down in yet more strange things I've seen around you all.
Stranger and stranger.
Piddlewick kind of crosses his arms and looks slighted.
Don't worry. It's not every day we get to see a dancing little guy. Pats him on the head.
Normal and strange are relative, regardless of circumstance, but they appear to be even more so here in Barovia. So, Mr. Piddlewick is probably right along the average curve of what should be expected around here.
He makes a little proud pose and gives Verity a thumbs up.
How about you, Irina? How has it been since we've left?
I've had a lot to think about. It's been fine. The village is quaint. I've been here in this small cabin. Tried to do some chores to help keep my mind off things, but having a very hard time not just thinking about what happened the other night.
It was super strange. There's no way that the mind can't wander back there.
And there is just this sadness. I still don't entirely understand, but I remember lives that weren't mine, but yet they were.
I can safely say that I have not experienced that.
Out of character, have we as players already rolled to figure out that somehow she's lived multiple lives or reincarnated or something? I feel like we did, but that was over 2 days ago, so my brain doesn't remember.
There was conjecture about it. Mostly just kind of based, it's a closed system. If souls can't leave, where do they go?
Yeah,
Yes,
I thought
and the children be born when they would know. Right.
I thought Axel figured that out about little Axel.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah, I
figured out little Axel had no soul.
Yeah, who is it that I remember having this conversation about the nature of souls here, and that they seem to be recycling. Maybe.
Was that the abbot? Was that one of the strange conversations we had with the abbot?
Perhaps. It was one of many strange conversations.
I'm surprised our resident holy man doesn't have anything to say about this.
I'm trying to think of how to say things. Sorry, I'm not in D&D brain yet. The time is wrong.
Understandable.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Pounce. You're fine. So Axel will, I suppose, relay that conjecture to Irina that it's possible that her soul has been. I mean, it's still her soul, but it's been many lives of the soul.
That does explain all of the deja vu that I have been feeling before meeting you all.
Deja vu about what?
Everything? Like, I think my name is supposed to be Tatiana?
As in, that was your first name? Or that's just the best life you had, so you're choosing that one?
That was the first. It is all kind of a blur. But seeing Sergei in that pool sort of shook loose some of that fog.
That is what your psycho stalker did refer to you as when he approached me at the Stony Camp.
I see.
Well, that does seem to solve at least one mystery for you as to why he's so obsessed.
Yes, there is still a lot I do not remember. And I don't know. I feel like there is just this emptiness now. Like I think my chance to have been reunited with Sergei is gone.
Maybe the abbot could re-bless the lake? I don't know.
I don't think that's how it works. I'm not sure though.
Well, I mean, I suppose there's something romantic about being reunited in death. I mean, at some point, you'll grow old and die. So maybe, unless Sergei's also here somewhere, or somewhere in Barovia?
I don't think he is. I think something was keeping him there. And then that something is gone.
Well then, another reason to kick Strahd's butt, and then maybe some souls can escape this area and be reunited in death that way?
I guess so.
Another reason to kick Strahd's butt.
I guess so. There is just... I don't know how to explain it. There is just this gnawing sadness at the pit of my heart.
Well, maybe a silver lining. If Strahd felt that it was worthwhile enough to destroy the lake, that means that there's some things about the land he can't control. So there may still be hope yet.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. It's all a lot to take in.
Agreed.
But I guess what is your plan now that you are, I guess, freed of, She just kind of like looks at the floor. I was going to make a leash joke, but I feel like the
You
moment
should have
is
made the
past.
leash joke.
Well, I suppose that depends on the answer to the question of if you're still feeling comfortable about staying here. You said you felt sort of before like this place was familiar and it was right to be here, but now with everything that's happened, do you still feel this way?
I don't know. The draw that was keeping me here is gone now, but I do not. I think that physically this is the safest area.
I do
Well-
have one other question for you, Irina.
Yes.
You and your brother's plan, he was going to meet you here, right?
Not necessarily. If he may try to visit, but we knew when we were setting on this that this would likely be a parting.
So if we heard he headed back to Barovia village, that wouldn't be entirely unexpected?
No, he is supposed to take over as burgomaster, so it would only make sense he would have to go back to that life.
However, along similar lines, since, well, I guess, does your brother know that you are Tatiana?
I don't think so.
Well, then why not come with us to at least go tell him that? It'd be strange coming from us, and with all of the things that have happened here, it'd be
It
easier to
would
swallow.
also be very strange to say that in the first place. And that name, I don't know, that name was not, it's not like it is something, it is not like it is something that is like a tale of, that is imprinted into the land. It is just vagaries, and I don't remember much about that life. I'm more Irina than I am Tatiana. But there are still aspects that linger.
For the record, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being more Irina than whoever Tatiana was.
Nor is there anything wrong with not sharing that information with others.
I don't know. As I said, there is a lot that has been going on. And just a lot to swallow.
Well, worst case, what we could do is we can try to run a few errands that we've been recently given, let you digest this, and check in on you in a little bit and see how things are going.
I would like that very much, actually.
If there's anything you ever need, just let us know, okay?
I appreciate that, thank you. And Pocket, I'm not mad at you about what happened. I'm just... There's still this sadness.
Well, I am sorry. I assumed because we fought a monster that crawled out of sludgy, nasty water, I just assumed your safety was more important.
I know. You meant nothing malicious.
Still, sorry.
It is fine. Piddlewick goes over to Irina and kind of like pokes her in the shin for her attention. And then when she looks down, he does the little kid uppies motion.
Oh, good. He likes you. You can keep him.
And she awkwardly picks him up. And he gives Pot, like, as he's over the shoulder, he does the, like, I see you motion with his eyes to Pocket.
I'll do the same back.
Right. Well, is there anything that you need us to do for you while we're still right here, Irina?
I don't think so. I don't really know if there's much else for you to do. I know Ismark would like to pay you back for all the services rendered so far.
Speaking of, since we're likely going to head near Valaki, if we see him and he's still there, do you have any messages you want us to deliver to him?
Just tell him that I am alright, and I miss him, and I hope he'll visit.
Can do. Maybe we should leave.
Wick crawls out of her arms and jumps onto Nanaha's shoulder.
If nothing else, we can find somewhere fun for Piddlewick to perform.
Alright, well, be safe.
You be safe as well.
Is there anything that anyone would like to do before leaving Kresk?
Just as they're my brain shut off. Holy hell! I'm sorry. As they're filing out of her cottage, Verity just kind of walks over and puts a hand on her shoulder and kind of she just says, I would remind you, for what little good it may do, that there is a way out of every box, a solution to every puzzle. It is only a matter of finding it, and I would never tell you or anyone else to give up hope. And give a shoulder a little squeeze and then file out with everybody else.
Please mark down a point of inspiration, Pounce.
Yay! I got a point! I did a thing!
You all make your way outside. Gather all of your things. I imagine Alexander is resummoned. You all get into the wagon. Where to?
First, trying to find it on the map. Do.
What's the time of day currently?
At this point, it would be noonish.
Alright. Worst case, we could check out that windmill that you guys apparently own. I don't know how you got property here.
Same way we've gotten most everything else here.
Yep. So it'll be about a 6-mile journey. So it'll take you a couple hours.
Well, I feel I've been rather patient, but I do have business with the lake.
From what I recall, we've got both some business from our Tarokarin in the mountains to the south. Saya has been eager to look into goings-on in the lake above Valaki. And the Wizards of Wines had mentioned that there was something in the lands between Valaki and the mountains as well. The ruins of what was
Berez.
Berez. There was also those weird like a ghost fighting we heard in the woods south of the Wizard of Wines.
Well, if we're going with convenience, the lake above Valakai would probably be the closest. Saya, do you need to go fishing?
I need to at least take a swim.
Things sounded fairly dire in Valakai as well.
Also, Pocket could go fishing.
Nope.
Oh, come on. I don't think you're going to end up with a 3-headed fish.
Based on what we've seen, totally possible.
Okay, based on what we've seen, it would have 4.
Why not 5?
The Hydra of fish.
I presume we're at least on the pathway before the splits to make our decisions while we're having this conversation.
I was figuring we were in the cart chatting.
Yeah.
I thought Saya's lake thing was time sensitive as well, so it makes sense that we should go there.
Well, I don't know if it's time sensitive. Grandfather isn't always that clear if things are that sensitive.
Still, weirdness in Valakai. Let's go.
Yay.
We are probably wanted criminals there. And although if we show up and are fighting the undead in the streets, that may commute the sentence.
I don't think you can shave any more of your hair off, so I don't think we can really disguise you.
Well, I can go take I can't take a look. Never mind.
I bet if we shave Pocket, no one will recognize him and he can sneak in on his own.
I was never the problem! And I will put on my ticking mask and wind it up.
Verity slides over to the
It's Pocket Wick.
Mini me and Big me.
Verity slides over to the ticking face and gives him a little tap on the cheek of the mask.
Hello, how can I help you, friend?
She lifts up from the bottom and she goes,
"Oh, hi.
Do you want to talk about what happened in the Abbey?"
What happened in the Abbey?
There was that darkness.
Oh, well, I thought it was something about Strahd, but I think wherever it is that I get my abilities from is also something of a darkness.
Raz will put an arm around Nanaha and then kind of put an arm around Pocket and be like, darkness family. I approve.
Oh, no. Well, because, I guess I really haven't told you guys. Axel kind of knows that, I have dreams and they're usually of dead people, but a lot of times I see dead people when I'm sleeping or when I'm awake, and it's just easier not to talk about it because it doesn't really make any sense.
While I don't share Raz's enthusiasm for the subject, I would remind you that it is not what you have inside that makes you who you are.
I'm gonna give Verity a hug.
I don't know what the sound is like. She won't fight it, but she's kind of just like, yeah.
Aw, hugs.
Cute squeaky Verity.
She doesn't squeak.
I guess Valakai then. Valakai, Vlaki, but however it is pronounced.
At this point, I've heard it both ways. I thought it was Valakai.
Well, I don't particularly care what our plan is for the town itself, but we probably should discuss it so we're all on the same page.
Well, I heard there was chaos. We should find out what the level of chaos is, and if it's none of our business, just send you to the lake.
So this, I don't wish to involve you in anything that you don't wish to be involved in, but the burgomaster needs to be deposed.
I don't mind.
So we go in there, kill everyone who doesn't like us, and take over the town as our own.
No! Or we could just talk to these people.
If they will leave without bloodshed, I will let them go. But the burgomaster is a heretic. Those that follow him are heretics, and the heretics must be purged to save the villagers.
Are you okay, Axel?
He is using my faith to control people and to hurt people. I am not very okay with that.
So who's in favor of making Axel the leader of Valaki?
Not me.
Saya raises her hand.
Like halfway raise a hand.
I don't think he'd want to rule, but
Piddlewick kind of shrugs and gives the kind of moves his hand back and forth, kind of the I guess so motion.
No.
Surely we can. There's some means to elect a new burgomaster in the case the other is unable.
Precisely. Not to cast shade upon your leadership abilities, Axel. However, I think it would be best if their new leadership came from within instead of from the usurping outsiders, so to speak.
Less chance of revolt.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Well, then, is there anybody that we've met in town that we'd like to set up as the leader? Because I would hate for us to depose one dictator only to have another rise up and do the exact same thing. It would make it so difficult for me to sleep at night.
I think it means that we need to do a little bit of research.
Has anyone considered Ismark?
Saya's going to catch...
Ismark's already... Oh, wait, no. Maybe.
I mean, he is the... He's currently set up to be the next burgomaster of Barovia Village, but doesn't put it off the table.
Otherwise, I don't know, maybe Erwin.
I like Erwin.
That would be my vote as well.
Oh shoot! I meant to get him a gift. I'll figure something out.
Didn't Lord von Holtz mention something about a noble family in Valaki as well?
Yeah, they do exist, but I'd say definitely vet them beforehand because a lot of people born into power are kind of jackasses.
Yeah, there was
From
the
personal experience.
There was the Wachters.
Oh, I was just more bringing them up as another option.
If the Wachters are appealing and not going to become tyrant number 2, sure. Sorry, I've had bad experiences. I don't know them.
That said, we probably need to resolve the chaos in the city first.
Probably.
To Valakai.
To Valakai.
Alright, you continue on your way. Nanaha, as you're riding the cart, you see that something is kind of catching your eye off the beaten trail of the old Svalage Road.
What do my human eyes see?
You see, there seems to be a small clearing off of the road. When you guys were there or passing through previously, you really weren't paying too much attention as your eyes wandered. But as you're passing, you notice this little clearing kind of just offset.
Was that there before?
I don't know. I've seen some of the area from above, but I can't recall.
I mean, considering they definitely bring their trees to life to fight, it's entirely possible this is new. I don't remember.
I thought
please.
we disposed of the majority of them.
Did we ever go back and destroy that bloody tree?
No,
No.
it's not destroyable, I don't think. Randomly going into madness from hitting it. We did, however, take the item that was animating that horrible, horrible tree creature. Does anybody want to look at the clearing real quick, or...
Well, I would take an aerial view again, but I can't. I can just try to take a look myself, though.
Yeah, you could run really fast and check it out.
I will attempt to sneak through the woods and get a look at the clearing.
Okay. All right, one moment. Pocket. You see off in the clearing as you're running, there's a small camp set up with kind of some makeshift wooden barricades leaning up against some rocks. And there's a set of tents that seem to have been set up. However, by the time you get there, you see that they're long since ragged and starting to kind of fall apart.
There's no one about, no sounds, no signs of life, I should say.
Not on a cursory glance, no.
They are.
That tree that looks relatively big in between the blue and white tent, is that kind of tall?
It is, yes.
I will climb the tree and look about around the outside of the camp to see if we're walking into an ambush.
As you climb up the tree itself. Sorry, one second.
This place looks fortified.
You see up top there is a small humanoid body kind of just draped over one of the branches.
Oh. What's he wearing?
One second. Just some leather armor. You flip them over, and you're not really sure what gender the person was in life, but you kind of are going through, and they seem to have been wearing some sort of like leathers, and there is a book kind of just like haphazardly dangling from their hip, attached by a chain.
And how far am I from the group at this point? So I just moved myself to the tree.
Yeah, you're about, we'll say, 80 feet or so from them.
Well, I'm just gonna assume some backstory here, Axel. But before trying to take the book, I will light a torch and raise it high, just so that Axel can see. But I don't want to shout, and just signal that I'm here, but nothing's happening.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a signal, like a flare.
Yeah. No, I relay that to the group when I see it that he's okay.
Okay, well, check it out, I guess.
As you guys all make your way there, you see similar things. The campsite is torn apart, and there's a thick fog just kind of encircling everybody. There's a soft odor of rot and decay as you get closer.
Is there any indication of what kind of you said it's been torn apart? Is there any sign of what may have torn it apart?
You could take a look with either a perception or investigation.
All right, here we go.
As we're approaching, those in the back see Raz's shadow shift on the ground before rising up to stand next to him, wavering in the mists before continuing to walk on past them.
Well, that's
Alright.
a new trick.
I know, isn't it cool?
This is getting out of hand.
The
Now
book?
there are two of them.
The book that's fastened to this corpse's body, is it easy just to take off?
Sure.
Fuck it, let's make shit go to hell. I'll take the book off and kind of flip through it and see if I can grab a gist of what it is or what it's about.
It's a bunch of unintelligible nonsense. You have no clue what the fuck this book is about. As you grab it, the corpse falls from the tree and just thuds to the ground. Some fetid liquid splashing out from it as it hits.
Now I'm waiting for
Oops.
drums from the deep.
Fool of a tabaxi.
Well, I'll, from the height of the tree, wave the book in the air to whoever can see.
Pockets waving a book.
Did Verity see anything?
You see signs of paw prints. You see a lot of wolf paw prints, and you notice some of the earth is scorched as if it was burned. A lot of the damage to the camp seems to be from a feral source, but there are definite signs of someone who was controlling them.
Well, she will relay that. Looks like a battle of some kind.
I wonder if this was what happened to the last round of air quotes resistance.
Well, this is gibberish to me, because I've never seen Roz do that trick before. But I'll toss the book down to his shadow.
And there's a momentary switch as the two things transport back to each other, and Roz catches the book.
Okay, now there's two of you. Does this mean twice the jokes?
Sure.
They both wave at him and both smile.
I'm gonna jump down from the tree and check the body for anything else.
Hey, roll investigate. You do see a small satchel, and in it is some coin.
I'm curious enough. I'm going to check to see how this person died.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Flipping through the book, does this appear to be spells, another language?
Yes, it is spells. You are familiar enough with the arcane to know that this is a spell book. However, the languages, the spells themselves, are beyond your grasp, but you can tell that this was someone's spell book.
Verity, this looks to be some kind of spell book, and that's not quite your forte, but you and I are the two that both like books. Perhaps it can mean something to you.
She takes it, even though and she says, well, Axel is you're really the one who only uses something like this, but let us see what we have here. And she'll flip it open and see if she can understand it.
It is definitely a wizard's spell book. And what I will let you do is I will let you switch out a spell that is known for anything on the wizard sorcerer list, if you so desire right now.
Okay, well, let the scene continue. I have to look up the spell list because I don't know them.
We'll just save that for later. I'll let you
that's a good
switch it
idea.
out later. It's a wizard's spell book, so a lot of it isn't really... there's a lot of magical theory in here. Your spells come internally, but you can at least extrapolate that into something useful, just not to the same extent that a wizard would.
Reasonable. Oh,
What
sorry.
was the
Yes,
coinage?
Raz, this appears to have belonged to a wizard and is of limited use, but I shall study it nonetheless. Piddlewick. No, wait, no. She's not going to give it to him. He'll, eat it or something.
He runs over. Then when you have second thoughts, he pouts and walks back to Nanaha.
Oops. Sorry.
No worries there. Pats him on the head.
Nanaha, the body seems to have several bite marks on it. Not at the neck, but just all over in general.
What the heck chewed this thing up in a tree?
There are very small fang marks all over their body.
Beware,
assume-
pocket. Death from above exists.
I assume he was getting bit, so he got into the tree, and I think the wounds are certainly the reason why he died. But him being in a tree was likely to try and escape.
I'll take it from the resident tree climber. Thumbs up.
Is there anything in the red tent?
In the red tent, you see there is a small, squat humanoid body, and you see what looks to be a dwarven man, long, blood-stained beard. Neck is barely holding on to the body. He's in a set of armor that is starting to rust from the blood and the moisture.
More bodies over here. One of them's in armor.
He glitched out what?
More bodies over here. One of them is in armor. I'll kind of poke around, see if they have anything worth having.
You look in there and you see that there's a small pouch, and there are 4 vials of red liquid in them.
Ooh.
I'll check the white tent.
In the white tent, you see another humanoid body. This one is kind of bluish in tint. Seems to have been male. Their facial features are kind of like, I don't want to say like Voldemort, but that's kind of the best way to go about it. Kind of like very flat featured with like almost snake-like slits for nostrils.
How long have you been dead? Look to see if he's got anything on him.
Nothing on him.
Dang it!
Oh, never mind. Sorry. You don't see anything on his person, but you do see in the back of the tent there's a leather pouch. Just a small, like, shopping bag sized leather pouch.
I'm sorry, my dude, but I'm gonna take this. You don't need it anymore.
Okay, you go and grab the pouch. You gonna see what's inside?
Of course.
You open it and there's nothing inside. The bag is heavy though. It looks like it's full, but you open it and there's nothing inside.
I
hope it doesn't eat.
Hey, Roz. This thing looks weird. Do you know anything about it?
He'll, come up next, kind of look at it, and Arcana check, or can I just kind of figure it out?
You can make an Arcana check. It's a bag. It's a leather bag. Might be weighted. Seems heavier than it should be.
Looks like some kind of weighted bag. Not really sure why you'd want one of those, but...
I don't know. It looks pretty to me. I'll keep it.
Reach inside, see if there's any hidden pockets or anything in there.
Verity, why don't you do that?
She's busy reading her book.
Yeah, and I'm in front of you now with a bag.
Saya rolls her eyes and walks over and just reaches into the bag.
Goes all the way up to your shoulder.
Well, that's weird.
Do I find anything? Or do I catch anything? Or
you don't find anything, but your arm, goes... You reach into it, and, the bag basically goes all the way up to your shoulder, and you still haven't found any sort of bottom to it.
That's not a normal bag. As I reach my arm back out.
Verity looks at the bottom of the bag to see if, there's some place her hand came out.
Can I also do an Arcana check?
Sure. You're not entirely sure. You'd have to sit down and take a look, but the bag seems to have been enchanted to provide extra carrying space for someone who would use it.
Heck yeah.
Piddlewick looks and starts climbing into the bag and just completely vanishes in it.
That might not be safe for him.
You see his head stick out of the bag and he looks around.
Well, at least it didn't eat you. How you doing, kiddo?
He gives you a thumbs up.
There's that gesture again.
Yes. It means good.
Verity is now, practicing thumbs up, behind the book to herself.
No, you must be careful, because depending on which digit you stick up, it could mean very different things.
Thumbs are good. Other fingers are questionable.
Piddlewick tilts his head to the side, as if he wants to know more about this concept.
All right, Piddlewick. When you see a tabaxi, you hold up your middle finger like this, and you stick out your tongue and make a sound.
He sticks out his middle finger at Pocket, and you just hear, like, creaking of gears. He looks a little disappointed that he doesn't have a tongue. So then he wanders over to the dead gnome, rips out their tongue, and, like, kind of sticks it on his face.
That's not terribly cleanly.
Nanaha,
Piddly.
control your child, please.
That effect is not very good. Why don't you take that out of your mouth?
I'm just going to mimic the same thing back to him.
He can't move his mouth, so he just kind of, like, pulls it out of the slot where like, his mouth is etched in.
Piddlewick. If you can't make the sound, oftentimes using both hands and waving them sideways gets the same effect.
He drops the squishy thing of meat and does both, and then, like, nods approvingly at Roz.
And I'm just still mimicking right back at him.
Yeah, that's a better gesture. It's not good to run people's tongues either way. You're more likely to scare people off than to be able to perform for them.
Did the pouch of coins actually have any coins in it?
Yes. You'd have to take some time to count, but it looks like a mixture of gold, silver, and copper.
I will run it over to Axel and show him and put it away for later. Or to count when we're on the road.
Good find.
Are we
There
set
is one more tent that you guys didn't look through. There's the blue one.
Okay, I'll go check that one too, I guess.
In there you see a small female humanoid body. She's about the same size as Piddlewick. Face down. There's blood, there's dried blood on the back of her shoulders. There's a set of goggles kind of put up on the top of her head, and she's just face down in the dirt.
I'll pluck the goggles off her head, but also turn over the body.
As you turn her over, you see various, like, slash marks across her face. The eyes are sunken in, and the eyeballs are slightly dried out from time.
Ooh. Put her back face down, and
As you try to, you feel something gripping around your wrist,
Oh no.
and you see her hand around your wrist. What are you doing here?
just leaving, thanks. Help!
Roll an acrobatics check if you're trying to escape. All right. She rolled an 18 athletics, so she's got you grappled.
Yeah.
You guys all hear screaming from the blue tent, and you see Pocket flailing around.
Axel?
Pocket, what did you do? So Axel walk over kind of annoyed.
So
And then-
he dreams of dead people, and now he likes to play with them. Oy.
So at what point, as I get over here, do I see the body grabbing Pocket?
Now,
Oh, that's horrifying.
So Axel kind of starts and grabs a spear. Undead.
Yeah, oh my god, it's gross!
Have a name.
If you could tell me your name and let me go.
Why are you stealing from us?
Well, typically, the dead do not need their items anymore. We were unaware that you still did.
Kind of hears the body kind of hisses.
You're dead, right?
Well, the one that's got almost no neck is definitely dead. Not sure about this one.
I am like inches away from stabbing this thing.
As you're having this conversation, you hear a creaking and a groaning as the dwarven figure crawls out of the red tent, neck kind of lolling off to the side.
I stand corrected.
In the spot in the tree where the gnome's body was, you see a transparent figure of it just kind of lingering sadly where Pocket found its spirit, or found its body originally. And then there is an outline of a dark blue humanoid figure, almost featureless. The ghost just kind of looks. What are you doing here? You should leave us to rot. Everyone else has.
Well, if you're looking for a burial, we can do that too.
We do have a holy man.
Yes, he says some things that are apparently quite useful for those of your kind.
Those who maybe want to try at another life.
Axel, use the words.
Hi, guys. What, if that's what you're looking for, I'd be glad to be of service.
Halfling woman lets Pocket's wrist go, and she stands up and looks at you.
I'll give her back her goggles.
We want what was taken from us. The dark blue figure just kind of laughs. You know that will never happen. These fools would be better suited leaving us be.
Just for conversation purposes, what was taken from you?
Our lives.
Yeah, that's a bit hard to restore.
She has been wanting vengeance since we were slain. We were attacked 2 weeks ago. We have been here for 3 years, 4 months, 17 days, 43 minutes, 15 seconds.
Well, I appreciate your attention to detail. Who did this to you?
The halfling responds, Strahd.
Everybody's favorite nobleman.
Oh, good. I want to kill him too.
We all kind of wanna.
The dwarven figure just kind of like gurgles as like a thick rotten blood just kind of burbles out of the head wound.
Why? Do you know why Strahd did this to you?
The ghostly dark blue figure. He was bored with us.
Who are you people?
So just another one of his tantrums. Got it.
They're probably like us, if they've been keeping track of how long they've been stuck here.
The small gnome ghost. Yes. We were adventurers from outside these lands. We tried to oppose him. Eventually, we went from being a plaything to a nuisance.
Did you also get kicked out of Alakai and that's why you live here? Air quotes live.
Watch your tongue. The small halfling kind of rasps out.
I was just curious. I haven't seen a camp in the woods before in this area.
The dwarf kind of gurgles. The dark bluish figure. We were trying to make our own way.
The land doesn't seem very hospitable for that, I've noticed.
There weren't exactly places for us to stay.
So did you want that burial and our word that will take care of Strahd, or...
Words are meaningless. It seems like if you're trying to convince them of something, you may need to try a little harder with what you're saying.
Oh, no, I figured. Saya's just not putting any effort in right now.
I'm more than happy to come back after we've killed him with either his head or some other proof that he's dead.
Do you think Strahd's head would remain after you killed him?
I'm happy to try and find out.
Then why are you leaving with our supplies?
Because we
Anything
are
to help?
ill-equipped to take on Strahd at the moment.
This place is barren. We kind of need to take what we can get where we can get it.
And they all look, like, each figure looks at you. The halfling responds, You are not going to defile our bodies and walk out of here with our equipment.
What use could you possibly have for them in your current state?
It doesn't matter. They are ours.
I suppose arguing the semantic property ownership and death is relatively useless.
Perhaps there might be something we could discuss, the dark blue figure says.
I'm listening.
They may be... He kind of motions to his party. beyond reproach. However, I would be considerate in making a bargain.
And what would you like to bargain?
Service.
Depends on the service.
Some of us, don't wish to stay here like this. You find a way to revive us, and perhaps we will be more willing to offer aid.
So, just to be clear, we can take things from you people, and you won't let us apparently, or we could try to find a way to revive you, which also we might need for ourselves if we're going up against Strahd, who completely viciously and somewhat embarrassingly murdered all of you. But we're supposed to just give this to you. It seems like a lose-lose for us.
He kind of chuckles. The halfling seems a little angry at your remark about embarrassingly. The dwarf gurgles, and the ghost just kind of sighs despondently. It is either we make a bargain, and you help us, and we in turn help you, or you join us.
We could also just lead you to the abbot. He might want you around because he seems interested in doing that sort of thing.
Roll. Anyone who's trained in religion, please roll for me.
Nope.
Nope.
Woohoo!
Holy shit.
Roz, except for very powerful magic, the means of reviving someone who has been dead for weeks is outside of the scope of most mortals. The abbot may be able to, but even then is pushing it. It would take someone of great power to be able to do that.
Really don't think the abbot would be able to help them from their current state. When he offered us some service, he had said that they had to recently die, and these folk here don't seem to have recently died. So we can either give you back your stuff, or we're coming to blows. Is that what I'm getting from this?
There are ways in this place. There are places of great power. There's somewhere atop the mountain. In my current state, I have determined there are ways in that temple where we come to an accord. You may, by my graces, and he kind of gives a condescending look to the rest of the undead, you may leave with our gear. All I ask is for a simple bargain.
This is an empty bag and a book. It's a lot of effort for a little bit of stuff.
Your friend said it herself. This place is barren.
I mean, inflation, yeah, the value would be pretty high because we barely have anything, but still, life for 4 people? For this?
I never thought I would hear Pocket arguing the material value of a life.
Hey, there was some coins in that bag.
I don't know. We are heading to the mountain. Worst case scenario, we could just stick them on the cart when we head out that way.
Or perhaps we could put them in Saya's lamp with the rest of our dead things.
I hate all of you.
Piddlewick's head pokes out of the empty bag and just kind of makes like a giggling motion.
I apologize. Is this not the correct way to make a joke?
I was joking back, Verity.
Yes, of course. Yes.
The ghost kind of
Oh.
sighs. I don't see what the point of arguing this is. We're dead. It's not going to get any better. Besides,
Well-
besides, it's not just a bag of coins. They are magical items. I made them all myself. The bag is a bag of holding. The goggles help you see in the dark. And the ghost kind of points a finger to the dwarf. My friend over there has an enchanted rope. And I imagine you took the healing potions that we were foolishly unable to take. None of this matters.
Your honesty has moved me. Not really, but how about
Okay.
less of a bargain? I can personally promise to at least do my best in seeing if there is a way to reasonably bring you all back. Because truthfully, if you died, you shouldn't be here in the first place, so there's something else affecting you regardless.
The ghost just kind of... If you die, you don't leave. There is no afterlife here.
Verity casts a rather concerned look at Saya, but doesn't say anything. Not Saya, Nanaha. Too many A's.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of did hang out where I was for a bit. I can attest that the lamp is nice on the inside.
For the half second you got to see it before it spat you out?
yep.
But it was like a half hour or so.
No, because the moment you came back to life, it spat you out, because people can't be in it, only objects.
Aha.
Yeah,
Well, either way,
yeah.
it was nice in there.
Yeah, I'm the only person that can be in it until 9th level, at which point, or 10th level, at which point I can take you guys in there.
Smells like dead shit in there.
Alright, so let's say we take your bargain. What exactly are you asking of us? Are we supposed to be carting your corpses around with us?
The dark blue figure just kind of chuckles. No. When you find it in the temple, you will know exactly what to do. We cannot leave. Our bodies cannot leave. But when you get the power, you can return to us.
Seems reasonable
I can-
enough.
I can promise we will try.
It probably won't hurt to add this onto our list of things we're already doing in that area.
The dark blue figure extends a hand towards Pocket. Shake on it, then.
I've had worse meetings with the dead, and I'll shake his hand.
Okay. Pocket, could you roll me a wisdom save, please?
Oh, fuck me.
Okay. You are under a geas for the next year.
Which is?
So you are effectively considered charmed, and you have a year to complete this task that you agreed on for taking the items. You don't know that a spell's been cast on you, but you feel compelled to make sure that you follow through with this.
Am I compelled to follow through with my portion that I said we would try?
You are compelled to complete it. So you are compelled to raise them back from the dead. In agreement of taking the items.
If something happens to them and, say their bodies get obliterated just by combat, is he going to be okay?
None of you know what happened.
I don't know how that... this is a new term for me.
It's a high-level spell.
Did you watch Code Geass, Pounce?
Nope.
Oh. Because it's that. Kinda.
It's basically a
All right,
compulsion.
dead guy.
It is appreciated. Now go. You may take your spoils.
Saya holds out her hand for the enchanted rope.
The dwarven body gurgles and, hands it over.
Thank you.
Since this bag is ours now, is there anything inside it that we should know about? Since it seems kind of heavy, and there's nothing in it that we can see.
It's extra dimensional. Basically the bag is bigger than it looks. You can store things in it without it getting any heavier.
And is there anything currently stored inside? A trap, poisons, anything that we should be aware of?
If I was smart enough to do that, we probably wouldn't be in this situation, would we?
What if we got to this place and there isn't a way to bring you back?
The dark blue figure just kind of looks at you. You're a smart creature. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Shrug. Okay.
Well, thank you for the items. We will make sure to try to raise you.
The halfling just kind of hisses angrily. Fine.
It's better than being dead, I can attest to that.
I don't care. I just want vengeance for what happened.
And we want to kill the same person, so we're allied in that one.
The halfling woman is just glaring daggers at the dark blue figure.
If all goes right, we get to go have a let's go kill Strahd party. No worries.
Well, let's go ahead and let them discuss their dynamics while we get moving, because I really don't want to camp, here.
So you guys get a bag of holding, 4 healing potions, greater,
Oh!
goggles of night, and a rope of climbing.
And then what were the coins? The pouch of coin?
58 gold, 211 silver, and 459 copper.
I missed the number there. One more time.
459 copper, 58 gold, 211 silver.
Got it.
Saya's going to hand 3 of the greater healing potions to Verity to hand out. She kept one for herself. And then she's going to hand the rope of climbing to Axel, because what do I need a rope of climbing for?
Excellent. Axel coils it up and throws it and attaches it to the side of his pack.
Verity will give one of the potions to Nanaha and one to Roz, and keep one for herself, because you never know.
Greater is 44 plus 4, correct?
Correct. I would say this would be a good point to take a bio break, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who all did you give those 2 pounds? Sorry, I only heard...
Basically, everybody but you and Pocket. Sorry,
okay.
bud.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't misbreak something down.
Nanaha is really squishy, and Roz takes a lot of damage.
Oh, for sure.
And can't heal himself.
So, just for what they do, if anyone wears the goggles, you get dark vision 60 feet.
Pretty sure she already has that.
I am a human and cannot see in the dark. Who else cannot see in the dark?
Saya cannot see in the dark, and that's going to matter when I'm under the lake.
Then Saya should have the goggles.
Does not require attunement. It's literally just night vision goggles, basically.
So they're goggles of dark vision is
Yeah.
the name?
Goggles of night.
Pretty sure only Roz, Pocket, and Verity can actually see in the dark. The other 3
Yep.
cannot.
Well, those are the
Nanaha
best
can
kind of
burn.
goggles.
Yeah, Nanaha can burn key points to get dark vision.
I can cast
Yeah.
the spell, so I can at least
Yeah.
generate light.
And the rope, if you hold one end of it, you can animate it, and as a bonus action, you can command the rope to move towards a destination you choose. It's 50 foot long, so it's basically an animate rope that you can kind of like lasso around things.
What a great way to stop Pocket from murdering in his sleep.
You guys continue your way after the strange encounter with the fallen adventurers. There's kind of mixed emotions. I'm sure some of you in the back of your mind are beginning to realize how many people just like you all have tried to do what you're doing and have failed along the way.
Yes, as we travel to Valakai, is Pocket available for ear scritching, or is Verity sitting there fondling Irina's necklace over her robe?
You are more than welcome to, because he is counting out coins and hands out the coins to everyone. That is that's 11 gold for himself and Axel, 9 gold to everyone else, 1 to Piddlewick, 35 silver for everyone, and then 1 silver for Piddlewick, and then 81 copper for everyone, and 9 copper for Piddlewick.
Piddlewick plays with the coins happily.
What was the silver number?
35 for everyone.
I love how you and Axel get extra gold.
He is the one
That's
counting it
enough.
out.
No, it's fine. You guys never said anything, and Saya just pocketed that 75 gold that Van Holtz gave back.
Ginger's fees.
Y'all are being greedies.
Hey!
Now, to be fair, it's like that's not to say that Saya won't use that gold for something that the party needs later. Just, now she has it.
So
She's
who's
just
got-
making sure those fools don't spend it on anything stupid.
I mean, Pocket did a mostly even split. It was just the gold that there was odd numbers, so it was like, okay, somebody's got to get more.
Either way, who's got the most crap to carry? Because I don't mind sharing the bag of holding.
That's got to be either
Sure
Axel
is.
or Raz.
No, I'll hold open that bag, and I will take the Strahd dummy and drop it in.
Good choice. In you go.
You throw it in, and the dummy is thrown back out.
Oof, even the bag doesn't like it.
Yeah, he's an ugly son of a bitch. And
Wait,
I'll put him back in my bag.
Is Piddlewick still in the bag and threw it out, or did the bag actually eject it?
Piddlewick is certainly not visible right now with the group.
Okay, Piddlewick, we're just trying to get the dummy out of the way. Do you mind?
You see the mechanical head sticking out of the bag. And he gives as pleading eyes as a emotionless pumpkin jack-o'-lantern face man can have.
Piddlewick, if you promise not to do anything to my horns or my hair, you may ride me until we get to Valakai if you let Pocket put the dummy in the bag.
He scampers on top of your head with, like, a strange giddiness.
Thank you, Piddlewick. Thank you, Verity.
Once
Stuff
again,
Strahd in the bag.
Strahd in the bag.
Strahd stays in the bag.
Anything else?
Well, everything else I kind of just keep on me, but I will, in terms of making space in the cart, I'll drop the chest in there, if it fits.
It fits.
I have a destroyed lantern because I had to destroy it to also destroy my whip, so I'll toss that in there, and everything else is fine.
Hey, Pocket, for now at least, do you want to carry this? I mean, you might be able to go sneak around and put stuff in there later. Responsibly.
I thought you were going to carry it, so I didn't have to carry the straw dummy anymore.
Sure, I'll continue to carry it then.
When you were saying about giving the bag to Pocket for a moment, Piddlewick just shoots you a look of betrayal, and then when you say you'll take it, he looks happy again, riding on Verity's head.
How heavy is he? Is this uncomfortable, or can she still, like, read the book?
You can still read the book. It's heavy. Like, it's kind of like having kind of a large cat on top of your head.
I guess that's all right.
You make your way down the road, getting to be later in the day. Not entirely sure the exact time, but there's a wet sort of feel to the air around you. It's very humid and cold and damp. The kind of air that would chill you to your core.
Saya, can you do anything about this?
She's just gonna give you a look. What? Do anything about what?
The vague hand gestures at the gross humidity, like, just, she, like, pulls the sleeve of her robe up and, like, it kind of just, like, back down.
No. Humidity's not really my forte.
Worth a shot.
I don't mind. Makes it easier to smell things.
I wouldn't say damp cat makes it easier to smell anything.
Sniff myself. I don't stink.
Happy I smell like lavender.
You make your way closer and closer to the gates of the village. There are the rotting wolf heads on the pikes that were there the last time. Many of the pikes have fallen over. There are papers strewn about. Posted on the exterior wall are a few wanted posters. Many of them are torn down the center or in various states of removal.
Do they have our faces on them?
Roll an investigation check, because so many of them are torn up. You'd have to piece them back together mentally.
I clearly don't care that much.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Can I try?
Yeah.
I'll just slap on my mask and my hood that Roz got me.
You see Nanahaz, you kind of look it over and you try to like mentally puzzle it together. You see that it is most likely like depictions of the group in some manner, kind of characterized. There's not, you're not entirely sure, but based on the kind of the outfits that you see on some of them, it's not typical Barovian fashion. You can kind of piece together that this might be posters for your group.
All right, everybody, cloaks up.
Saya and Verity just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Roz too.
Oh, they said it was chaos. Let's even see if there's anybody at the door.
You do get there and you see two humans atop of the gate. Seems a male and a woman.
I'm sure they see us.
They see you, and there's a bunch of deliberation before one of them nervously calls down. Who goes there?
Friends.
Wait, are you casting the spell, or is did you just...
No, Axel is responding, friends.
Okay.
What is your business?
Wouldn't mind doing a little bit of shopping, do a little resupply.
The woman just like kind of looks at him, shuffles a little bit anxiously.
I heard you got lots of undead that needs killing. I'm pretty good at that.
I'm just kind of like, Alec, I don't think we can really turn down the help. And you kind of hear the whispering back and forth. Marta, no, they shouldn't be coming in.
We have a holy man. Holy men are good against undead.
The village is not safe, friends.
How high is the wall?
It is about like 12, 15 feet up.
Okay.
Verity's head pokes out from the wagon, and she'll use her thaumaturgy to ask loud enough so that anybody who might be nearby the gates could hear as well. What are your name? What are your names?
The man kind of looks a little uncomfortable. Alec Velasco. And the woman, I am Isabella Diavolov.
Well, then I suppose but someone will have to explain to the burgomaster why Alec and you said Marta?
Isabella.
And Isabella turned away travelers who were willing to help with your problem and whose pockets were laden with gold for the merchants.
Shut up!
Roll persuasion or deception, depending on the angle you're trying to go for.
Saya's going to try to help here and just loudly sigh. Oh, I really wanted a new dress, and this is the only place you can get those from that maker.
All right.
Doing that slow head turn to Saya, like, what the fuck?
You
is
either
this?
both can roll, or Verity can roll an advantage.
I got a +8. What you got, Nevi?
I'm +7. That's why I was giving you help for the
All
advantage.
right.
Let it be known, Mr. Pounce has rolled a 17.
Yeah, I rolled a 16 last, but that was just to look around and see what killed everything.
All right, but be careful. It is not safe in here.
And she calls out again with her, magically augmented voice. How wonderful! Oh fuck! What were the names? Alec and Isabella.
Isabella.
Alec and Isabella made such a wise decision for the town. They should get a raise or a promotion. And oh fuck, was Biddlewick on her head the whole time?
Yes.
So at this point, Saya is going to reach forward and just try to pull her back into the cart. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. You're laying it on a little too thick.
What? I don't know how to. You usually do this.
Yes, and you did great. It's just you're going a little too far now.
Fiddlewick is trying to wave as you pull Verity's head back in.
Saya's also going to return Pocket's look. Also, Pocket, just so you know, the best part of a con is having someone to corroborate it.
So we have to get you a dress now? Got it.
God, no.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Saya. We'll get you a dress. Don't worry.
We could do a green one.
You do look a little underdressed for. Oh yes, Piddlewick. And she'll give a little pat to we've arrived. I.e., get the fuck off my head. Just politely.
He clambers down and then kind of crawls into the bag and just sticks his head out to look around.
God, that's weird. Okay.
It makes me easier to carry.
Iwan should talk to the toy maker and see if we can't get different masks for Piddlewick so he can put on a variety of different performances.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Let us deal with the political and safety situation before we tend to side matters, yes?
Of course, but still, good thought.
Once we get in the gate, I'm going to use my divine sense just to get an idea of how bad it is.
All right, 60 feet. Right now, you don't sense any active signs of undead in the area. There is a small undead presence emanating from Pocket, but that is about it.
Okay, so the city is not overrun everywhere.
No, as you're arriving, you see bodies kind of littering the streets.
You. Is that the church up on our left?
Yes.
Saya, do you want to get rid of one of the corpses at least?
Oh,
yes,
finally
we have the
turn
abbot's
in those
bones.
bones. I'll pop into the lantern to obtain the bones from it.
Okay.
While she's in there, Verity will now turn it upside down as her experimentation with Saya's weird shit continues.
So it deposits me back sitting upright. That was not my favorite experience, Verity.
So you are aware of what goes on inside then. It has some effect on...
Yes.
Interesting. Most interesting.
No, I'm sure it will never happen, but if, for example, you are in your lantern and the lantern went into the bag, what would happen to you?
I don't know how much Saya knows about bags of holding and multiple dimensions in bags of holding.
Hang on. I've got this. She's a sage.
Roll Arcana.
It's not an advantage, though. It doesn't matter. They're equally shit.
Y'all don't know.
I'm not going to test that theory.
Perhaps the experiment
Roz-
for another time.
Roz, you're aware that extra-dimensional shenanigans tend not to want to be crossed, but the ramifications of what you're not entirely sure.
Okay, so that would explain his question, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like, I know this isn't a great thing, but the extent of which I don't know, so I'm curious.
Great.
Right, which is why he asked her, because he figured she might actually know something about her lanterny thing and what do or do not do with it. But
There is no try.
Fiddlewick, if somebody tries putting that lantern in there in the next night or two, please immediately push it out.
Make a persuasion check, please, at advantage. Nice. He nods.
Thank you so much.
You guys make your way past towards the church. You see it is started to be rebuilt somewhat. The front entrance is sagging a little bit, and there are some burn marks kind of near the back. Right now, the church itself is dark. There doesn't seem to be any lights on inside. It is kind of mid-late afternoon at this point.
I do want to ditch the group at some point to run off to Erwin's tavern and just divulge the information, or kind of divulge everything that we went through, minus Irina's situation. I don't need to roleplay. I mean, if you need to, that's fine. But I was just going to go and tell him and then be there.
All right. If you are you trying to be sneaky about it, or are you just like, fuck off, I'm going?
I personally see him as a good friend. I assume the rest of the group might try to stop me from separating, so yeah, I'm going to sneak off.
Okay, roll stealth, please.
What do we roll against if we really don't want people to like be sneaking off?
If you're actively looking, I'd say roll perception. Otherwise, we'd be going off your passive.
No, she's not definitely not actively looking for that.
My passive is 13, so if he's walking, I would see him, I think.
Yeah.
I think almost everybody will see me.
Yeah, you see Pocket trying to like get off, and Nanaha, you feel a tug at your robe as you see Piddlewick pointing to Pocket as he's trying to like hop off the back of the cart.
Pocket, where are you going?
Well, I was gonna go see Erwin and tell him, one, that we're back, and maybe secure us a place to be, and let him know what's been going on.
We'll meet you back at the tavern then. Get good rooms? Well, there's only 2, aren't there? 3.
I think there's only 4, but yeah.
And don't sneak off when we're in hostile territory. At least tell us.
It's a town. There are guards at least standing there. There's not the sounds of war.
Are wanted, young man.
if we're just going off on our own, I'm going to head off too then.
Where are you off to?
Somewhere else. Don't really like religion, at least this one. Too bright.
That's fine. Just want to make sure that we got a meeting point. Meet at the tavern?
Sure.
If you're going near the market, can you pick me up some more medkits?
All right. You know how much they cost?
I'll pay you back.
I asked because I'm not sure I have enough on me to buy them initially.
I hand him 11 gold going, please give me the change.
Okay. Mez doesn't know how much they cost, so since he had like 10 gold on him, he was like,
Mama has open for maybe 2.
I don't think you're gonna. We'll see.
Maybe. I'm after med
All right.
kits, not.
Okay, so Pocket goes and wanders off, as does Roz.
Them bones, them holy bones.
Yeah, Sai's gonna shove them into Axel's arms. This seems more up your alley.
Yes. I don't know where. I'll have to see if I can find the new priest or priestess, I suppose, and see if she knows where these should be interred.
How long have we been gone? That might be a very awkward conversation.
Oh, we didn't have to say that we found them previously. We could just say we recently found them.
Yeah, just
Been
say
gone for a little while.
just say we recently found them, and we were told that they were the missing bones of this saint.
Maybe it'll help with the undead problem that we seem to be having.
Okay, those of you approaching the church, you see around the front of it there are several kind of, I don't want to say gray skin, but very pale, bloated corpses. Their skin is very waterlogged. Many of them are in states of decay. You see a few fresher corpses scattered about of just random villagers. The door to the church is currently closed.
Is there like a knocker or anything along those lines?
There is.
All right. Axel will knock loudly on the church door.
No answer.
Do you, out of character, what was the name of the girl that I gave the prayer book to?
Matilda.
Thank you. Axel will yell out, yeah, Matilda, are you here?
No response.
And you said the door is locked?
The door is closed. You don't know if it's locked.
Axel attempts to open it.
It is open. It is unlocked, and you are able to open.
You said there's no light inside?
Yeah.
The bones were like in a bag or something, right? Like I'm not just carrying like loose assorted bones. Okay. I will tap one of the gauntlets of my armor. It's like, well, let's see if I've got this down. And it starts glowing with light.
Okay. You see towards the back of the church, there are some small, you see some small shapes, and one of them, one person stands up. You see a humanoid figure, and you see a younger, probably late teens looking man approaching, and he's got a shovel slung over his shoulder. Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Axel. My friends and I had some. We came across bones of a saint that belonged to this church, and we wish to return them.
Axel, roll an insight check, please.
Once I can find my character sheet.
He goes very pale when you mention that. Wait, what? What about the bones?
Of Saint. This is not Markovia. That was the Abbey.
Andrel.
I'm sorry. What was it?
Andrel.
Andrel. The bones of Saint Andrel, and I set the folded over package down on the floor.
Alright. Oh, alright. Okay. Is that all?
I was hoping to speak with Matilda or whoever the priest may be now.
She's been gone for 2 days now.
As in missing or as in lost?
The first one.
Do you know what happened to her? Or what she was doing?
You hear from the back. Millie, is everything okay? He kind of, shh. It's fine. Make sure you're not seen. You saw the front, yes?
Yeah.
Those things took her.
Do you know where?
I don't know. There have been things coming out of the lake over the past several days. Probably there. They took her and they have been taking children.
Oh boy.
So I have kept my siblings safe here in the church.
It's a good call. May the Morning Lord bless you. My friends and I will see what we can do. Be safe.
He just kind of grunts in response and immediately breaks eye contact.
I'll be back, friends. Stay safe.
The moment you walk outside, the door slams shut behind you.
Well, there's some shit going on.
What's new?
You were Sai. You said you were having dreams about this lake, right?
Yes.
I relay that they've been taking kids and whatever's been coming out of the lake and going back to it.
Well, then we should probably get to the bottom of this.
It's a long way down. They seem thankful for the bones, if confused.
You could tell he was very uncomfortable during the exchange. Like, you've talked with enough people to know when someone is trying to disguise guilt about something.
Sure. Was he the aide to the gravedigger?
He was the gravedigger, yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you. That makes sense.
Pocket.
Oh, that was the handsome boy?
That was the handsome boy.
Damn it! Missed him.
Pocket, you're on your way back to the inn?
Yes.
So you make your way towards the blue water. And you see that the front door is closed, and you do not see the usual friendly plumes of smoke coming out of the chimney.
Well, I can't bird this, so take a peek in the front windows.
Roll perception check. There does seem to be people inside. Not many lights are on. You see the fireplace is currently not lit, and there are a few lanterns hanging indoors.
Well, I will knock on the door.
No answer.
Knock again, but then look through the window. I can see you guys.
You go to look in, and you hear the sound of the window in front of you shattering as you are peppered with broken shards of glass.
Jeez. Back up a bit, I guess.
A bunch of, like, you see a bunch of crossbows emerging from the darkness.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Relax!
Would Roz be with him since he's headed in the same direction?
If Roz wants to be.
I know Erwin. I just thought I'd come see him.
Roz, roll me a perception check, please. As Pocket was taking a look inside, you saw a small grapefruit-sized rock flying at the window when it shattered. You didn't see where it came from, but just kind of like the corner of your eye, you see this shape. Then it breaks through the window.
Did the glass break in or out?
In.
Turn
But
around.
there would still be some glass sprinkling down from that.
Yeah, he would turn around and kind of look to see who's behind them, who would have possibly thrown it.
You don't see anyone.
Oh, I'll call in through the broken window. Is Erwin there?
You hear some scampering, and you see the large bearded man approaching, holding a rock that seems to have been punched through the glass. Pocket, is that you? Why?
It's me. I don't know what happened there. I thought that
Pocket,
was something.
There's something behind us, and that's what.
I'll turn around, but I assume I'm only seeing rods and buildings.
Go ahead and roll a perception if you'd like to.
Tell us what your kitty eyes see.
All right. Pocket, I have told you what you saw.
Got it. I'll turn back around to Erwin. Let Roz in. I don't know if he needs to be here or not. I want to go check on something.
Get in. Things are not good.
I was just going to go shopping, so.
You probably won't be having much luck with that right now.
Is the stockyard empty, or did they kill everyone there?
The stockyard is not empty, but I don't know if the Aerosex will be very interested in trading right now.
I am going to turn around and climb a building and try to sneak around on this unassuming, or rather, this unassuming pile of rubble.
Mm-hmm. You're doing this stealthily?
Yes, because I want to climb up a building and kind of get around it.
Okay, roll a stealth check, please.
Much better this time.
You make your way up there, and you are like a ghost. and you see this small childlike shape, and there's just kind of like a reflection of the light that glistens behind the rubble, and you sit there kind of crouching like a gargoyle, and then you see this small figure running from outside of the pebble, like the rubble, like just running back towards the church. It is clearly Piddlewick.
Caught you, you little shit. But I'll head back into the tavern.
Okay.
What were the names of those running the stockyard again?
The Arasex.
Well, let the Arasex be the ones to tell me they don't have anything for trade. Just wanted to make sure Pocket got here safe. Town's on edge, and he always needs someone to watch his back.
That's putting it lightly. Baron Vargas has been... He has not been right in the head since the little display that took place last time you were here. And there have been a lot more arguments in the streets as of late, with people who are not willing to stand for it any longer. And mixing that up with the creatures coming from the lake, let's just say things are not calm here.
Well, I am nothing if not a man who can help calm things down. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to head out to the stockyard.
Okay. As you do this, what is the main group doing?
Yeah, I figured we'd be heading to the tavern.
Currently the meeting point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way up. Nanaha, you feel a tugging on your robe.
What's up?
You see Piddlewick, and he's pointing to the bag.
Okay. What do you need from the bag?
He makes an opening motion.
Alright. Please do not take out the Strahd dummy right now. I don't think it should be out here.
He climbs into the bag.
Anaha closes the bag. And, well, leaves enough room for him to stick his head out if need be.
Yeah. The rest of the group makes their way to the tavern. You see, littering the streets, bluish-gray bloated corpses. A lot of people are looking through their windows. The doors are all shuttered shut. Many windows are boarded up.
Are they all are how many? Do we see more bloated, like waterlogged corpses?
Yes.
I'm surprised they're not attacking us. That's weird.
You're sure you want to go into the lake, Saya?
It doesn't matter what I want in this case, Verity.
Pocket, what are you doing at this point?
In the time it took for them to do whatever it was with the horses and return, I just wanted to fill in or win on everything that happened. Again, just minus the arena portions.
Okay.
Let them know everything else.
Okay.
Especially everything that happened at his vineyard.
Alright. He is more or less pleased to hear. Some of the news is concerning, but it is what it is. There are things to focus on right now. You see the wagon approaching with your companions. At this point, people are You see Erwin has kind of left the building and is boarding up the outside of the broken window.
Verdi, you want to fix things?
Do you have any idea how long it would take for me to repair what you suggest with my mending?
I don't know this.
Okay, so at that, she reaches over and just kind of tears a hole in the side of Nanaha's. What the fuck are you wearing?
It's a robe. It's silk.
She tears a hole in the side of Nanaha's robe, about just under a foot in length, and then pulls out the quill and then casts mending. And she's like, "I can fix about that much every time."
Okay. I'm not saying make a new window. I was just thinking maybe if there were some big chunks, it would help.
Maybe later. Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know.
Pocket, did you like to approach your group?
I trust them. I'll just sit and bother Erwin.
You see Pocket kind of just chattering on as Erwin is trying to fix up the window. Doesn't seem to really be noticing your approach right now.
Hi, Erwin.
Hi everyone. I wish this was a better a better time than the last time we saw you, but as far as shit shows go, this is pretty equal.
Seems that way. Any chance we can get a room for the night and board for the horses? Horse? There's only one.
Probably. Let's just say we're not operating normal business hours right now.
I figured as such. If nothing else, I think you might want some extra eyes over the night. Things look pretty grim.
Yeah, that is putting it lightly. You and your friends can stay here. That is not a problem. I just need to fix this. He kind of motions situation, and he kind of gives Pocket a like side-eyed glance in that like I'm annoyed but not mad sort of way. Somebody decided getting my attention by throwing a rock was a good idea.
I didn't throw the rock. I know the culprit, but no one will believe me. And trust me, it's better for another time. And I will give him 2 gold, I guess. Here for the window. It really.
You? He just kind of like is confused. All right, well, go ahead inside if you want.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Right,
Erwin.
Super Space Bot.
Verity will internally sigh as she's been reduced to a mend bot once again and slowly start piecing the window back together for him, since it was apparently Pocket's fault.
He will just kind of like, stop hammering, and just hands the 2 gold Pocket gave him to Verity.
She'll, kind of close his hand back around it, and she's like, "It sounds like you need this more than he does right now."
Besides, we're sure to cause more trouble.
It's fine. Go on in. Should be pretty quiet right now. Things usually get bad about nighttime.
So we're all inside now?
Yep.
Except Raz.
Back, I'm sure.
Yeah. Raz, you make your way over to the stockyard. You don't see anyone out in the streets right now. Most people seem to be shuttered in their houses. There is a creaky wooden sign hanging from the overhang for the stockyard. And like in hastily painted letters, it says closed.
He kind of looks around, since this is where he came to get Pocket's cloak, he's going to kind of look around the building that he was in before, looking to see if there's anybody there, what's going on.
Seems to be pretty quiet, all things considered.
Are there windows or anything that he can see in?
The windows are currently boarded up. You do see, still at back at the stockyard, a brightly colored caravan wagon.
Is there any cracks in the windows that he can see through?
Well,
Cracks in the boards?
you probably could, yeah. Roll perception. It's too hard to see through. You think you see signs of people, but you're not entirely sure.
I'm just trying to see into it because I can use that to put my shadow inside it and then teleport into it.
Oh, yeah, that's enough.
Well, then he will do that and leave his shadow outside.
Okay.
Hello? Is there anyone here? Looking for
You hear You hear a screaming.
I'm a simple customer. I was here a couple of weeks ago looking to do some business. I don't plan on hurting anyone.
What? Just take what you want. Go ahead. It is on the house.
Do you have healing kits?
We have. You see, kind of a healing kit slid on top of the counter. Just take it.
Do you have any more?
This is all we have.
Okay. And I will leave, 5 gold
Okay.
on the counter and then pick up the healing kit and then switch back and then dissipate the shadow.
Okay.
Raz is going to be the new town bully.
Good job, Roz.
And then return to the group.
All right.
3 weeks later, we hear about a new boogeyman in Valky.
Yeah.
He just comes inside, he just morphs into the window.
He just appears, and then he engages in capitalism.
I was told to get something. I'm going to get something.
You would make an excellent Karen as Roz, right?
The best Karen.
I don't know if I should appreciate
I will
that or not.
to the manager.
My worst nightmare at my last retail job.
Yep. It's like, sorry, we're closed. Poof. Roz is already in there shopping.
I was in before
Actually,
the doors were
it's
closed.
8:59. You're still open.
Oh, don't be that guy. Everybody fucking hates that guy.
It's worse when you're working in the restaurant and at that 8:59, people come in and order like 16 meals.
Oh.
Because, of course, you've cleaned everything ahead of time. You're all, ready to go. Just a couple more things. And then,
What ho, sir? I want your finest mead.
but he will return to the tavern.
All right. You guys make your way back in. You see the rest of the group sitting in the currently empty tavern in the common room right now.
All right, so everybody in the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, this is what you wanted, right?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
He said I could have it for free. I left him 5 of your gold, and I give her the rest. Is that appropriate? I don't know. I never bought one of these before. It seemed reasonable.
Seems good enough. Thank you. How many uses does that give me, DM?
10.
Thanks. All right, we're in business. Thanks. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome. I was going to be heading in that direction anyway. It wasn't really out of my way.
Still, thanks. Big smile out of Nanaha.
All right. Yeah, it's very strange to see the inn not being full of people. Every time you've been here, the common room has been pretty full. Except right now, you're the only ones in here that you'll periodically see Erwin or his wife Donica or one of the children. But otherwise, it's very sparse.
Pardon me for asking, but what happened?
About Donica just kind of sighs. I'm going to go put some tea on. Erwin, they should know. No, don't worry, dear. I'm planning on telling them. About a few days after you left, things started coming out of Lake Zarovich. Corpses, they made their way to the church. Mathilda was trying to take over after Father Lucian passed. It was very strange because shortly after the ceremony for his burial, the next day, his gravesite was dug up and the body was found cremated. So she was
that normal?
not really. But I don't know if it's related or not, but about that time these things started coming up out of the lake. And she was too preoccupied with what happened to her predecessor, but she was taken by these corpses, as were other village children during the night. It's very often on. These things usually come at night. We've been able to stop most of it. Baron Vargas has been holed up in his manor since your departure. He did not take your little show very kindly. The Lady Vaktar, in the meantime, has been trying to fulfill some semblance of order in the town, but I don't know. There's something about her that doesn't sit well with me. But in the meantime, she's helping. Most of these things have been stopped, but it is a very steady thing every night.
Random question. What time of day is it right now?
It is about probably late afternoon.
Excellent. I mean, okay.
Well, I'll see what the lake has to offer tomorrow morning. She looks to Axel. Don't you have plans that maybe you should be discussing here?
Possibly. So looking to Erwin, you say you don't trust Lady Vaktar. Do you think you could do a better job?
He kind of gives this like grimace. I
You could do it.
I don't know how I feel about the political career. Donica comes by with a thing of tea. Don't put ideas in his head. Now, do you not think I could do it? No, I know you couldn't do it.
Well,
What?
the matron of the family is likely far better at organization and such, so perhaps you would be the one who would like to lead the town, should something unfortunate happen to the current burgomaster.
She kind of like, perhaps.
There's no need to speak in riddles, Raz. I think it's very clear at this juncture that the burgomaster needs to be removed.
Well, right now I think we need to remove the undead and then worry about the dip head.
Certainly true.
Right. As much as I don't like Fiona Wachter, she's at least helping stabilize things as much as they can. Not really my type of person. I don't know. Something about her rubs me wrong. I could just be paranoid. You are paranoid. But it's helped us many times before.
Well, who do you think would be the best person to run this town then?
She just kind of thinks, have you tried his wife? She's actually a pretty reasonable fellow. She's been a little bit despondent though since she seems trying to find her words, and Erwin kind of pipes in. Her brother was the priest that died recently.
Eep.
She's usually been pretty good at stabilizing Baron Vargas from being too outrageous. But since the loss of her brother, she's been a little more withdrawn.
Completely understandable. Alright, so horrible things coming out of the water tonight, investigating the water tomorrow. Perhaps we should do something about protecting this place about the horrible things coming out of the water tonight, maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Agreed. Where are they entering the town from?
So there is the gate to the north. If you remember, during your previous stay, you had tried to chase a manner of nightmare beast that way. They usually will break their way through the front gate, or the northern gate from the lake shore.
So, should there be people maybe staffing the gate to try to kill them before they get into town?
Why do you think the town still stands?
I figured as such, but I'm thinking maybe we should help. What do you guys think?
I certainly agree. I'm sure they could use all the help they could get.
I'm pretty sure the militia would not say no to outside help. I think right now your previous encounter is not high on everyone's priority list.
Although possibly related, where's Ezek?
He is he's here. He usually fights those things at night, mostly near the Burgomaster's manor.
So he lets the undead roam almost to the entire town before he works to defend them? Oh, what a horrible, horrible man. We should do something about him too.
Let's just deal with the things before they even get there, and then maybe consider what to do about that. But yeah, I agree. That's stupid that he's only guarding there.
He's been their lapdog for a long time. It's not surprising.
Still doesn't make it less dumb, though.
So, who wants to make camp with me at North Gate tonight?
I'll go.
I'll go.
I've been itching for a good fight, and hordes of undead seem just the thing. And he kind of cracks his neck a couple of times.
I'm recently resupplied. Thanks again, Raz.
All right.
I can make do with an hour or two between waves.
Erwin, do you think you could have some of your friends kind of give us an early warning system, like when they start to show up?
We can try the best that we can, yes.
Alrighty. Well then, I think we should prepare and get ready to smack some dead people.
Right. So everyone, you can kind of go towards the northern portion of the village if you'd like to.
I'd be inclined.
Yes.
Is there any preparation you want to do?
I'm assuming this time frame counts as a short rest.
Yes.
Okay, going into, I'll use my channel divinity to get a spell slot back, and then recover my channel divinity.
Okay.
Outside of having his shadow available, nope.
No, I'm good other than that.
Alright. As the night starts to give way, or as the sunlight tends to give way, and the darkness begins to kind of creep up, there's a cold wind that blows through the village. There's guardsmen posted at the northern gate to the village. They seem a little nervous. There is sloshing of the waves as you can hear the wind blowing across the surface of the lake. And then there is a wet sort of noise. Then another set of wet noises, and you kind of hear the shuffling mass as you hear banging against the broken and repaired several times wooden barricade barring entrance. And this would be a good point, I think, to stop for the night.
So shit can hit the fan when we start next time.
Yup.
Yup.
Yep.
Can't let the townies all turn into zombies.
I'll be honest, I kind of thought
gonna
we were
be
going to be fighting
madness.
outside the town, not inside it, but
This is Sparta.
That's what it sounded like. If you guys want to fight outside the town, I can certainly have them come towards you as the first line of defense.
Pocket's gonna stand on that wall, tell someone to bring him a bucket of arrows, and just lay waste.
How feasible would it be for Verity to stand there at the wall and just like spam mending as the wall is being broken down?
You could.
well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I kind of expected like all of our range to be up on the wall, pelting them as they
Yeah.
approached, and then Roz and Axel and anybody else who feels like being in melee, kind of manning the entrance.
I am now melee only, so yep.
Yeah, Saya would want to be on the wall for Eldritch Blast reasons.
Yeah, no, that's certainly something y'all could do.
I mean, I guess but I'd ask Axel where the best place to be is, and then be up on the wall.
All right. Well, before we start things officially, I will let y'all get yourselves set up on the map.